Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy come back to video. This is my second 2024 national recap video. This video is just about my purchases I made. Last video was about the overall experience and everything, and I had an absolute blast. I think even though if I only made one or two purchases, it was still above and well worth the trip. Meeting friends for the first time in person, and all that stuff was just priceless in itself. So, but today I don't want to ramble on too much and just show you purchases. I made like 8 or 9 actual purchases, but I usually try to go for the my strategy in each national is to probably won't find a great amount of deals, I guess, but I did get some real good deals, but it's more for finding the obscure stuff you never see every day. So if I see a whole bunch of 1950s, 60s vintage Hall of Famers, modern day rookies on every day on eBay, I usually tend not to get it, not to focus on that, just try to find some holes in my collection I don't see very often. But I did find some rather common stuff too, opportunity I couldn't pass up, but my focus was trying to find the obscure stuff. I was hoping to find a card for my Negro League collection, but I did not. There's one 19th century player, I guess that's 19th century to the 20th century, pre-206 player, but did not find a card of him. So the search is on for that guy. But I will go through quickly, try not to ramble too much about what I bought. I did extend my Hall of Fame collections at 263 active days cards. Several YouTubers came over to our house, either at our house already or came over and were selling cards, wheeling dealing. And I did add one card to my Hall of Fame collection. It's T206 Clark Griffith, SGC1. Got it from Sammy Thunder. Got it at a price I couldn't probably never find on eBay. So right there, I said, well, if I was at the show and the price that we agreed upon, that I probably would pick it up at that price of the show. Why not get it for a fellow YouTuber friend there? So support him and add to my collection. One of the first stops I always do at the National is to stop at Prestige Collectibles with Robert, and he's always knowledgeable. And we had to pick up a Japanese card, but there's two guys in my mind I wanted. One was Masaaki Candida. He is probably the greatest pitcher in Japanese baseball history, which I do not have a card of. And the other guy, his name is Johnny Britton, who was him and Newberry, Jimmy Newberry, I believe his name was, the first two blacks that came over to Japan. They were basically the ones that broke the color period in Japan. And Britton was the more successful of the two. And I wanted to get him to my collection and add to my Negro League collection, but he did not have either card of one of those. But I did add a significant player in Japanese baseball history. This is his rookie card. It's Wally Yanamine. This is my actually third card from the set. And Wally Yanamine, I might do a video on him myself, but he actually played pro football one year with the 49ers in 1947. He's actually the first Japanese American ancestry to play professional football in the U.S. He was actually born in Hawaii, and he traveled to and after his football, I think he had an injury or something. He went on to play professional baseball in Japan. I think he's the first American to play in Japan, American-born player in Japan. Had a very long, successful, ended up being in the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame, and he is the first American-born player in Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame. This is the back of it. I saw a press conference on YouTube that in Cooperstown is coming, I don't know when it debuts, but with anticipation of Ichiro getting the Hall of Fame next year, they will have an exhibit in Cooperstown talking about the relationship and the history of Japan and U.S. baseball. And Yanamine, obviously, like I just mentioned, was mentioned in that press conference, and he will probably be one of the prominent people mentioned in the part of the exhibit. In that vein, I would like to add some Lefty O'Doul's cards to my collection through this calendar year. He's a very prominent player too. I don't have much of him, but having Yonamini rookie card, Japan, is a great addition to my set. This is the stuff I like at the National. Talk to Prestige Collectibles and get that. I bundled that with he was selling a catalog price guide, I guess, sort of like your vintage price guide, SCD, I think it's SCD catalog, vintage baseball cards. He has selling a Japanese one in digital form, so I bundled that with this, and so I have a digital price guide, checklist, History of Japan baseball cards book on my phone, so if I need to look up some reference points, I have that. And add to my Japanese collection, which I'm always adding. Like I said, there's a couple players there, and there's other players I'm looking forward to. So I collect baseball's international sport, and that's why I collect internationally, especially in Japan, where they won 3 World WBCs, and they are the one sport in Japan. The next couple cards are actually rather modern ones. For modern day stuff, I kind of buy cards that has high collectability. Either I think rookie cards that I think of players who will have stardom but not overpay for them and invest in them. Just have a card here and there, a decent one, and some insert sets. I kind of maybe there's 1 or 2 insert sets I have. I go after a little bit, and maybe just have something I think it has. I think this insert set has room for growth. It's a huge thing in Panini with downtown, so with home field advantages come out. I think with Topps and Fanatics coming again, baseball and football and basketball soon, I think these hometown advantages become collectible with the football crowd more. If they start collecting, they can start having the downtowns turn to home field advantages, and this will go back and look at the baseball home field advantages. And I think these inserts are great. They're not super easy to get. They're affordable. When I ever see a future Hall of Famer or close to it, and they're like in the $10, $15, $20 areas, depends on the player, I pick them up. This guy had a showcase for McCutch for $15, so I had to get it. These are not easy to get. I already have Harper, various years. I have a Harper, a Trout, and a Posey. So when somebody's of that caliber, and I'm glad to add McCutcheon to the collection, I'll pick one up. I'm not going to go after the rookie guys because you never know or the young stars, you never know how long they'll last. But Cutchin is a borderline Hall of Famer. I will definitely vote him in. And this is the 2024 edition of the Home Field Advantage. Probably add that to my collection. And card's been on my eBay want list forever, but I stopped over at James Elite Hunters table with his partner, and I got this from him. It's 85 Tiffany or Hershiser. I like picking up those 80 Tiffany rookie cards. PSA 9, I got a good deal on it. Another card's been on my want list forever, and I found one dealer had a stack of them. Ironically, just Tigers, Freeland and Lolich. This is my first card from the set. Is it 71 Topps Greatest Moments? It's a test issue, rather tough. He had like 4 free hands and 2 Loliches. And I got this for $15, which is, I think, a steal in itself. So I picked up the best looking free hand. The Loliches was a little rougher than I wanted to pay for it, and super soft corners, and it kind of really showed in the black border. So eventually I'll get the Lolich and the K-line for this set for my Tigers set. But adding freehand in this collection at a jerk price, I had to get it. Towards the end of the Friday night thing, had up a couple of friends over there, fellow YouTubers. We're hanging out at the side room where the little warmer room where the breakers and the athletes were signing, and I saw a lady had this for half off. So this is a super nice example of it. So here's stuff you find on eBay, but you can't find it at this price. The guy was on a half off bin, but it's a great looking example of it. It's 55 Bowman K-line. It's actually a second year K-line, and got this at a great deal. Half off was marked. At that price, I could not pass up. Add to my K-line collection. These 2 cards were the 60% off little box, and which turned out to be $55. And as I was throwing out cash, it got 50 on the table, and I was digging for a 5. She says, "Oh, that's good enough." So I actually got these for 50. Is Maury Wills 63 rookie card, and a Steve Dalkowski 63 Fleer card. Don't like these multiplayer cards, but this is actually only Playing Days card. If you don't know who Steve Dalkowski is, he's basically the real-life Nuke LaLoosh. You look in the back of his stats here. Look at his stats. 697 innings pitched, 1,099 strikeouts, 1,100 and some walks, and that many innings pitched. Yeah, I'm picturing the announcer saying, strikes out 13, new league record. Walks 15, new league record, like in Bull Durham. He never made it to major leagues. I think he blew out his arm. Post-Bane days, he had a bit of a less than stellar life, but I won't get into details of that. But he's kind of like the real-life Nuke LaLoosh. And this is his only really Playing Days card. So wasn't seeking this card out, but when I saw that at a 60% off thing, getting these two for a total of $50, yeah, I couldn't pass that up. Yeah, the wheels is a little off-center, but 63 Fleer is okay. Otherwise, still a great card, great deal. And the last day I got one card. I was kind of before I bought the Wills and Dalkowski, I was kind of holding off some cash, maybe to find that one big purchase. But walking the show floor, going back Saturday, there's a couple cards I spotted and did not. And I'll call back and get it, but they looks like they were sold, so I kind of lost opportunities there. Searching around, this card's been on my eBay want list for a while, and picked up the last day. I didn't do it first. I started walking away, and then like 2 minutes later, so you know what? I bypassed the cards. They came back. They were gone, so I might as well get it now. It's a great example of it. This is actually 1939 Reds 711-1 card of them, so it predates his rookie card. And it's 38-39. There's it's hard to tell the exact same looking card. And he's got two cards in the set. One's a portrait, one's his action shot. It is Johnny Vandermeer. It's like the earliest Johnny Vandermeer cards out there. Sort of like a rookie card, I guess. But again, the pre-World War rookie card is kind of a loose interpretation. But it predates any of his main issues, like the 41 double play and the 41 play ball, which I have that one. And I think Beck calls a 49 Leaf a rookie card for whatever reason. I don't know, but this is like one of his earliest cards. What I enjoy really about this card, it talks about the back. Read the back, and it says about being his home run, his back-to-back no-hitters gives him a permanent spot in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And he has a great fastball and a great curveball. And how he is a drawing card amongst the circuit. I think that's just a very cool write-up. Great card of Johnny Vandermeer. His earliest, if not one of his earliest, if not the earliest issue of Johnny Vandermeer. I think it's a great card to have. I like this color of the set. I like to get the Ernie Lombardi card from here. Maybe Bucky Walters or Wally Berger. The 40s Reds were a good team back in this era. They won the World Series in 40 over my Tigers. So this was a very good team in that era of Reds baseball history. That is my pickups. That's my last national review. It's a long video, so I will end it there. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good night.